And we start off today, we got a lot of NFL stuff to talk about, but we're going to start off today talking about this. Without exaggeration, maybe sometimes the phrase, one of the greatest of all time, is thrown around a little bit loosely sometimes in sports talk, but not when you're talking about Raphael Nadal. A guy who has literally been one of the dominant forces of nature in the world of professional tennis for decades.
Yeah.
It still feels like he's a kid in many ways, but he's around for like decades. He's been playing this game. And he has announced that he is calling it a career. His final event that he's going to play is next month in November at the Davis Cup, and that'll be it. Then he's putting his racket away for the last time and calling it a career. And what a career. He stands second all time with 22 Grand Slam titles, only topped by Djokovic, who's won 24. He's got the third most Grand Slam finals with 30, only behind Djokovic and Roger Federer. And he's won 14 French Opens. I want to put that in context for you. The next most wins at the French Open was 6 by Bjorn Borg.
Yeah.
Who won 6. Second all time at the French Open, 6.
Doubled him up.
More than doubled him up. Raphael Nadal, 14. Unless you just think, oh, he was the king of clay, but that's all he was good at. Put this also in context. He won 14 French Open Grand Slams, right? All right. Take those away. He's still, if you took away all of his French Open ones, he's still tied for 9th most all-time Grand Slam wins with 8, tied with Jimmy Connors and Andre Agassi. 8 Grand Slam titles without the French Open, ties him with 2 other of the all-time greats, Andre Agassi and Jimmy Connors. Like, these are LeBron, Tom Brady, whatever kind of numbers, right? I mean, of course, he's playing in an era. And listen, we've been living through a tennis era where we've had Federer and Nadal and Djokovic. And hopefully tennis can raise up a new set of superstars. I mean, it's guys like these that made non-tennis followers watch tennis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And hopefully the next generation, I don't know that we're ever going to have like a trio like those playing
together
at the same time, which is just boggles the mind. Anyway, you think about his career. What do you think about Nadal wrapping it up?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of hit the major things. Also, like, he was the youngest man to ever win the Grand Slam ever in a year. So that's a crazy stat. He actually got a statue put out in front of the French Open
at Roland Garros
while he's still playing.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. So yeah, he's considered top 3 ever tennis player. So yeah, what a career, 20 years. You're right. Time goes by so fast. 20 years for him. LeBron's 20 years. Makes me feel super
I know. It
old.
still feels like yesterday that I was watching like Nadal playing in one of his earlier French Opens when he was just this kid who was just a magician on clay.
Yeah.
And he was like the kid. And I still think of Nadal as the kid until he takes his headband off and you see that he's balding.
Yeah. No hair.
And that's the only thing that doesn't make me feel like he's like 18 anymore. But anyway, guys, so this is how big he is, whether you follow tennis or not, you know the name Raphael Nadal. And one of the greatest of all time is hanging it up. And we at Filthy Sports salute him. And here's hoping he goes out relatively on top.